Now, I'm delighted to introduce Dhira Joshi as our keynote speaker for this session. Dhira Joshi is a University of Brighton graduate and a leading researcher in chemical biology with a focus on cancer and related diseases. She began her career at the Imperial Cancer Research Fund, progressing to senior laboratory research scientist, and then went on to complete a Master of Science at King's College London. Now Principal Laboratory Research Scientist at the Francis Crick Institute, Dhira has published over 25 peer-reviewed papers and continues to contribute to advances in peptide chemistry and therapeutic development. I often say that University of Brighton graduates go on to change the world, and Dhira is very much a case in point. Please join me in welcoming Dhira Joshi to the stage.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates and friends, it is an absolute honour to be with you today to celebrate this extraordinary milestone. To the graduating class, congratulations. You've reached a moment you will remember for the rest of your lives. Today is a celebration of your tenacity, your curiosity and your ability to keep going, even when the finish line felt impossibly far. This is not only the accumulation of your academic journey, but also the beginning of your professional adventure. You have worked tirelessly to get here, not just through lectures, labs, and late nights, but through the unknown, and you should be incredibly proud. Today is not only a celebration of what you've achieved, but who you have become. You are scientists now, not just by degree, but by spirit. You have chosen a path that isn't about having all the answers, but about asking better questions. A path that doesn't promise comfort, but offers discovery, and that in itself is remarkable. I feel especially privileged to stand here today because 30 years ago, I was in your very position, cap and gown on, surrounded by family and friends, filled with excitement, nerves, and a whole lot of uncertainty. I studied at the university, graduating in chemistry, and I will still look back on my time here with immense fondness. The university gave me more than a degree. It gave me confidence, it gave me mentors who believed in me, it gave me space to explore, to ask questions, and to grow, not just as a scientist, but as a person. The sense of community, the vibrant energy, and the encouragement I received from staff and fellow students alike formed the solid foundations I've stood on ever since. It was here that I first realised that science was not just a subject, it was a calling. If you had told me that I would spend the next 3 decades in science, working with 4 Nobel Prize winners, contributing to world-class biomedical science research, I wouldn't have believed it. But that is where curiosity, persistence, and the scientific mindset can take you. My journey began at the Imperial Cancer Research Fund, where I've learned the fundamentals of rigorous, purpose-driven research. I then moved to Cancer Research UK laboratories, where I saw firsthand how science can bridge the gap between the lab bench and the clinic, between discovery and human impact. Eventually, I found my way at the Francis Crick Institute, where I have worked for the last 9 years. For those who may not know, the Crick is one of Europe's leading centres for biomedical research. It brings together discovery for research from diverse disciplines to ask bold questions about cancer, infection, immunity, and the biology of life itself. But the Crick isn't just about science, it's about culture. It fosters a spirit of openness, innovation, and collaboration. It is a place where boundaries between discipline dissolve and ideas flourish. Being a part of it reminds me every day why I chose this path and why I still remain so passionate about it. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I was part of a team at the Francis Crick Institute working on the virus. The usually lively labs were eerily quiet. It was quite unsettling, even frightening at times. But it was also one of the most meaningful chapters of my career. That experience reinforced why we do what we do, not for accolades or outcomes, but to serve, to help, and to push the boundaries of what we understand when it matters most. Your degree, your training, and your knowledge are a rock-solid foundation. They are fundamental, but they are just the beginning. As you step into the next journey of the phase of your journey, you will encounter new tools, technologies, and ways of thinking will help you launch you and your ideas to the next level. Artificial intelligence, gene editing, big data, automation, and interdisciplinary science are no longer ideas of the future. They are the realities you'll be working with. Embrace these opportunities, embrace change, not as a threat to your knowledge, but as an amplifier of your potential. The most impactful scientists are not those who just understand what they know, but those who are willing to evolve and let the science evolve with them. Don't forget, you are extraordinary too. Your ideas matter, your voice matters, and the future of the science depends on your generation not only inheriting knowledge, but reshaping it. Marie Curie, whose courage and intellect changed the world, once said, "I was taught that the way of progress was neither swift or easy." That has held true for every chapter of my career. Science is not about shortcuts. It's about perseverance. It's about having the courage to ask hard questions and the patience to live with uncertainty until the answers come. Yes, experiments sometimes fail, again and again. Grants don't always come through. Progress can feel painstakingly slow. But if you take one thing from this speech, let it be this. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is a part of it. Some of my most pivotal breakthroughs I've been part of have come after months, sometimes years of frustration, but every setback was a stepping stone. Every unanswered question pointed the way forward. Learn from a failure, adapt, grow. Some of your greatest insights will come when things don't go as planned. The world today faces immense challenges: climate change, pandemic, antibiotic resistance, diseases, and ethical questions at the crossroads of AI and biology. But the beauty of science is that it gives us the tools to meet these challenges. Whether you continue in academia, join industry, shape policy, teach, or pursue something entirely new, know that your scientific training has equipped you with the mindset to make a difference. When I began my career, I couldn't have imagined all the places science would take me. And yet, what has never changed, what has always guided me, is curiosity. Let curiosity be your compass and lead the way. Let collaboration be your strength, and let your compassion shape the way you apply your science. And let courage guide your steps when the road is uncertain. Somewhere out there, a problem is waiting for a solution. A disease is waiting to be understood. A discovery is waiting to be made, and actually it might be just waiting for you. 30 years ago, I didn't know what lay ahead. You might not either. But that's the exciting part. You're scientists now. You've chosen to explore the unknown, to embrace complexity, to pursue truth. Congratulations again, class of 2025. I cannot wait to see the breakthroughs your generation will bring, and I wish you all the very best for the future. I would like to leave you with one thought from me. Every journey is started by one brave step. Believe in yourself, trust your voice, trust your vision, and the future will follow. Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, graduates and friends, thank you for this opportunity.